Hey guys, welcome to yet another interesting video based on artificial intelligence. In today's video, I'll be discussing regarding what is natural language processing, that is NLP. So, from the name, we start with the bifurcation, that is what is natural and language and what is processing. So, what is natural language? Something which is there from the nature. So, what is there from the nature? The language, English language and all, German language, Spanish, Russian, and all your regional languages which are there are basically natural language, and you have to process it. Now in human beings we can process it very easily, but when it comes to machine, it's a big challenge, like how machines will communicate with each other. And so we basically consider English as the base language for natural language processing. And so in today's world we have so many different other items like home automation systems and other devices, like we have Siri, we have Cortana, we have Google Assistant, we have then Amazon Alexa, then we have Google Echo and all these devices. So what do you think, these all devices, how they communicate with each other? So that's basically based on NLP, that is natural language processing. So in today's video we'll be seeing how this natural language processing is handled in these machines, or how different machines, that is machine to machine communication, or how human to machine interaction actually takes place, in a deep dive overview. So let's get started. So NLP refers to artificial intelligence method of communication with an intelligent system. It could be anything, like we have smart devices, smartphones, we have smart speakers in nowadays for home automation system, like we have your Google Echo, Amazon Alexa, and so all these devices, what they does is they basically gets your command. There should be proper command so that they will turn your music system on, they will turn your lights on, fan on, and not whatnot, everything they will on by themselves. So by using all natural language such as English, so English is the base language for all these things in order to command. Like you have, if you are having German language, Spanish, Russian and all these things, then you have to manually code and sit and make those system designed to understand what these things actually mean. And so English is our natural or global language. It becomes very easy for us to communicate and also for machines to communicate in a global fashion. And so there are two major components contributing to NLP. That is, we have the very first one, that is natural language understanding, and then you have the natural language generation. So let's go one by one. So what is natural language understanding? You have to understand the natural language. Like for example, say a baby is there, a small kid is there. Now he wants to understand an English language. So what he does is he studies A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, and all these things. So he has to get those objects from the real world, and he has to just visualize these things are called in that way. That is, C for car is there, C for cat is there, A for apple is there, and A for aeroplane, B for ball, and so many things. So it has to get that object in his hand. So the very first goes in natural language understanding is mapping of the given input in natural language into useful representations. Like we have the object mapping, you have different objects in the real world, so from that you just map those into different forms in your understandable things. So the very challenging thing in NLP, that I would say, is we have to understand the kind of language. So it's very difficult. Like tomorrow if I'm learning German language, then it becomes a challenge for me to understand what and everything is called. Like a pen is called what in German, a book is called what in German, or a house is called what in German. So all these things I have to get those things. Means I should have the vocabulary of that many items so that I can reproduce them into my sentences, or I can formulate in a very constructive manner. So that understanding is very much important in each of the domain. It's not about languages, but then also when you learn all the technical subjects and all the real world things, you have to first understand. If you don't understand, you cannot generate it. So it's simple as that. So the second step in NLU is analyzing the different aspects of the language. So it's like a direction to that particular point. Now, like particular object, a apple is there or a ball is there. So in what context all these objects are being directed to one particular point. So that thing is very important. Means you have to direct, or you have to relate and study those things. So that is the important thing in NLU, that is the natural language understanding. So once if you have understood what is natural language, then you will generate by your own, like natural language generation, NLG. So it is the process of producing meaningful phrases and sentences in the form of natural language from some internal kind of representations. Means for example, say tomorrow you are given an assignment of doing a college presentation. or kind of seminar is there. So what do, you go on Google, you search for that particular topic. What do, you extract some kind of paragraphs, you analyze some sentences, you make some your vocabulary, you will have your kind of own vocabulary, and then you try to jot it down on a paper, and then you prepare yourself, and then you give it your presentation. So it works in the similar fashion. So you have 3 steps in that. So first is the text planning. So it is basically the retrieval of relevant content from the knowledge base. You have your own vocabulary, but then to check whether that vocabulary is right to your situation, then you have to review it, you have to retry, or you have to double check it what its real meaning is. So you need to actually plan those texts. So in each and every step, planning is very much important. So in life also, if there is no planning, you cannot do anything in life. So it goes with the same in case of NLP as well. Then you have the sentence planning. Once you have the appropriate text for your particular kind of command or particular kind of system, then you have to framework that particular sentence. So choosing the required words, forming meaningful phrases, and setting the tone of the sentence. So that's very important. Like you have to choose those particular sentences and form one particular grammar, and it should totally make sense to your command. Like for example, if you have your Amazon Alexa and you are saying, "Hey Alexa," then it will not listen. Instead, Alexa, then it will listen. So that kind of tone differentiation should be there while you do the sentence planning. So that's very much important. Then you have the text realization, means you have to realize whatever you have written is true to your knowledge. So that's very much important, and then you will give your presentation to the end user. So you have to realize that mapping each of the sentence plan into sentence structure. So that's very much important in natural language generation. So we have seen the components of NLP, that is natural language understanding. First you have to understand that language, and then you have to generate that language in your particular way. So everyone has a different way of producing their own language, so that's difficult from individual to individual. Next we talk about the steps. So there are 5 different steps of natural language processing. So how this processing takes place. So the very first is lexical analysis. What is lexical, or what is lexicon? Lexicon is nothing but words or vocabularies for that particular language. It may be kind of jargons or many kind of things. So lexicon of a language means the collection of different words and phrases in a language. Then LA is divided, that is lexical analysis is dividing the whole of chunk into different paragraphs, sentences and words. Like you have many apps and all in Android. So what it does is basically scans one particular entire paragraph, and then it tries to understand what does it particular sentence is, what that word actually means is. So it's like a kind of natural language processing. So first you need to have that particular knowledge base, that is lexical analysis, each and every word, each and every alphabets. So from alphabets it joins the words, and from joins you frame sentences, and from sentences you frame paragraphs. So that becomes the story. So it's like a big picture and all together. So you need to have the first, that is lexical analysis in that. So that's very much important. Once that is done, then you have the syntactical analysis, that is parsing. We have different coding languages. We have Java, Python, C#, R and all those things. So this has got its own certain kind of compiler sets it has. So what it basically checks is, it basically checks at the runtime whether those particular commands which you gave, or the syntax, whether it's correct or not. So it basically checks for the grammars and all those things, whether it's written properly, or whether the semicolon or where the brackets is given properly and all. So it basically checks for that. So similarly in NLP also it goes in that way. So syntactical analysis, that is parsing, is very much required. It checks for the grammars and the arrangement of the words, or the fashion of words, how they are ordered, and the relationship among different words. Like for example, if I say the school goes to the boy, in the real world it doesn't make any sense. Like school is what, it's a non-object, or it's a non-living thing, and boy is a living thing, and so school is a static object. Then it goes to the boy, then it's rejected. If it's like the boy goes to the school, then that makes a sense. Like a boy is a what you can say, it's a living object, so it goes to one particular kind of building. So the NLP or the machine has to understand that school is a non-living object, it is a static object, it is made of bricks and all these things. So people go into that building, and also that thing or that information or that level kind of categorical hierarchy, that you must very much incorporated into your AI system. So that's very much important. And so if I say a drone goes to the boy, this makes sense. Like drone is also non-living object, but it has its own kind of specifications and all. So it's like we have to understand that concept, or whether it's called. So that's mainly important in this. Then you have the semantic analysis. Semantic is nothing but the meaning. So you have to understand the meaning of that particular sentence, what it's actually trying to mean. So it draws the exact meaning or the dictionary meaning from the text and checks for its sensibility and meaningfulness. So it whether it's sensible or not, sensible for me to understand or sensible for me to produce it to the end user. So it very well checks for that. Example, if I say hot ice cream, so what is ice cream? Basically it's a very cold object. It's a delicacy that you have like as a dessert and all, so it cannot be hot. Whereas if I say cold coffee, coffee is hot, but then you can have cold coffee with iced and all those things. So it's like in a different context, you have to identify what it actually means, or in the real world if these particular things are there or not. So that you have to very much have a sound knowledge for that. Then you have iced tea. Tea is also hot, but who puts ice in that? But then to iced tea, a kind of thing is there. So that's very much has to be understood by the machine. Although you know, but machine doesn't know. So you have to teach that machine. So that comes in machine learning. So how machine learns all these things. Then comes the discourse integration. So it's nothing but the meaning of any sentence depends upon the meaning of the previous sentence just before it, or the precursor to it. For example, if you have a sentence like in mathematics you have the relation A is equal to B or B is equal to C. So what you does, if you like have A is equal to C, so it's like if A is equal to B, B is equal to C, then A is also equal to C. So it's in that way. Then you have the pragmatic analysis. Pragmatic in real world is nothing but practical. You have to practically analyze those things, whether which is said by the user it's practical or not. So for that, during this what was said in the reinterpreted and what is actually meant. So it involves those aspects of a language which require real world knowledge. So what a user tells to Siri, hey Siri, how's the weather today? Or Siri, find me some restaurants to nearby. Or Siri, check my mails and all. So it should make some kind of thing so that the system should also respond in that way. So well, that was all about regarding the natural language processing and artificial intelligence. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Found you got educated by watching this video. Please do like, share, comment, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.